Hello, I'm Frank LaLoggia, and I'd like to welcome you to the 20th anniversary DVD presentation of Lady in White, a film born of fond familial memories for me, and about as far from Hollywood as one might imagine. Lady was independently made in the most literal sense of that word, and its bumpy, sometimes treacherous journey to the screen is a story in and of itself, as the commentary on this DVD will certainly testify to. Whether you've seen the film before or not, we've some wonderful surprises in store, including a beautiful new widescreen transfer, deleted scenes with commentary, and more. So sit back, gather around the campfire, and enjoy. During the course of principal photography on Lady in White in 1986 and 1987, I thought to hire someone to shoot what I considered at the time would amount to nothing more than a behind-the-scenes home movie, just for myself. Then along came DVD. Shot on VHS, and sometimes resembling the shaky camera work of Mom and Dad's 8mm home movie epics, here's a little bit of what went on. Okay, boy, this really brings me back. As I recall, this was the first day of shooting in Lyons, New York, where we located the town square and shot the church, exterior church and interior church scenes. It was September 29th, as I recall, 1986, when we began. And all of the extras you see milling about were local townsfolk, for the most part. Here is a local kid who also did some stunt doubling for Lukas Haas on the picture. Pretty snazzy glasses there, Frank. Russ Carpenter lining up a shot. This was our Luma crane, which allows the camera to rise without a director and cameraman attached to the crane, and you view the shot from a monitor with an electronic image being conveyed down below. Allows for a great deal more manipulation without burdening the crane with your personage. Interestingly, at this past year's Academy Awards ceremony, I noticed that they awarded the creator of the Luma crane a special Oscar for technical achievement. The crane's been around for any number of years. They finally got around to giving him an award for it. He was deserving of one. It's Russ Carpenter and myself checking out a shot, probably on playback, after we'd rolled.
Right out in front of that bridge. Yeah. And then they're going to go over the bridge.
They're going to go this way on the bridge. Yeah. They're going to go right to left.
Yeah. We have additional shots.
Here I am with my script supervisor, Annie Wells.
On bridge, shooting toward.
She has my storyboards in hand. Every shot in Lady in White was storyboarded. There were, once again, over 1,500 drawings that were created for each and every camera setup.
Right to left in the first one. Yeah. And then they're going to be on the bridge?
Yeah, you had, then we'd probably pull the long shot and then probably the low angle.
Annie Wells, my script supervisor, Russ Carpenter, my director of photography, who, of course, later went on to win the Oscar for Best Cinematography for Titanic.
Right, we were just going to
continue this kind of an attitude.
We don't have to cut a path. We can just do that.
I think we could just provide there.
Long shot of bridge with red trees behind.
Yeah, you better bring a couple out.
The low angle shot is not here.
Now, are we building two cameras for this?
Yes.
We'll have
Yes.
You can see we're preparing for the shot of Frankie and his brother Gino on their bicycle chase. About to jump over that ditch next to the riverside.
Have him do the jump. You get the whole thing. We have the land. Oh, that's great. From either side.
If there's not enough room on there, we'll just move the plywood.
Our stunt coordinator, Ron Hutchinson.
You wanted to shoot right from underneath. Yeah. You put it right in here and see them going straight instead of that angle. You know, you're set up for any angle on that.
Which would be the best angle to see land in your opinion?
Well, you have angles like this, on this, and the other thing, I would try one straight, seeing them come straight
right over the camera.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Set the camera right underneath the jump. I love it.
See, quite often, even after you board, and Russ and I sat down and boarded the entire show, you get to the actual location or to the set itself, and things are bound to change. Certainly, everybody contributes. It's definitely the effort, a cumulative effort overall, putting together a picture. And whenever a great idea pops up that hadn't popped up before, you've got to be ready, willing, and able to listen and move on it. And here we're deciding to basically bury the camera, look straight up at the bike as the boys jump over this ditch.
All that.
Yeah.
It's not as high in the air on
No,
this
don't
one.
knock me down in there.
Yeah.
Don't hurt me now. I
No,
think
no,
that
no.
don't.
You're talking about this?
This one. Yeah.
That's why he's still coming down.
Yeah.
Right. So you're covering this with Lukas, and you're getting this one because you got so much bike and so high.
Yeah.
You're going to get that with that camera down there. And we're hoping the kid's going to look, we're going to have the kid look the other way.
Am I supposed to be getting, is this
And you'll
the
get
same?
this.
That's a different shot.
Yeah, that's a different shot. That's Frankie too.
That's what I'm asking you. Do you understand this to be a different shot? These are two
Oh,
different
yeah.
shots.
Yeah, this is, you mean two different cameras? Yeah, this one.
Two different angles, yeah.
Yeah, this one is your camera down there.
This is the camera down here.
This one
is the
is the
camera
one
in
down
the
in
pit.
there. And it can
These are
be
the
either side.
These are the two we're going to shoot right now.
Right, and
Correct?
also your other one.
I think it's just
Back up one. This here. Now see you, this and this is the same
Same.
thing. I think that's each boy.
What we would do every day is take these boards and we would actually attach them to the call sheet for the day's shoot the night before, and then they would be posted to a board on location or at the set. And as we covered each and every one of the storyboards, each and every setup, we checked them off, and I knew that I had my action and covered as I needed to. Storyboarding has always been essential for me. I think you can get the best bang for your buck, especially on a limited budget, when you plan ahead in this regard.
well. We've been, and this sequence is.
It's been reversed. Yeah. It's very easy. We'll just have another shot of them coming out
Yeah, we'll just make
down
a.
here.
Yeah, we'll just make a turn somewhere.
Yeah.
Because this is left to right,
Yeah.
and this is yeah.
It's left to right. We just have to know that they have to end up right.
Okay.
Okay.
This is big day.
So jump.
Here we are in the cloakroom, which was our cover set. By cover set, I mean that when you're shooting location, generally you have a cover set that's always ready to go in case the weather turns on you and you need to get indoors due to fall weather, rain, that sort of thing. And the cloakroom was our cover set. So whenever the weather turned against us and we had to change our schedule for the day, we'd go to our cover set, which was the cloakroom, and shoot some scenes we needed to pick up in the cloakroom.
Okay, the light is too soon. Let's try just that part of it. Frankie, lift your mask and watch Phil. Phil is rising. Watch Phil. Where is he? And he's up and light. Too late. Try it again. Light is too late.
So much of directing for film has to do with technicalities like hitting your mark and light hitting the subject at just the right time, and the camera dulling and or panning, and everything being coordinated and coming together at just the right moment. What's most important, of course, is that the actors are in tune with the moment on an emotional basis as to their performance. And it's remarkable that they can do the work they do, considering all of the machinations involved with setting up a shot that's so much can so much interfere with their concentration. Yeah. It's an extraordinary talent to be able to perform on film.
That's it, okay?
And out of sequence to boot.
Then you'll look down. That's right. That's what you'll do. And then I'll cut the action, okay? We got it? Okay. You almost look comical. I don't want to look comical. You don't. You're genuinely afraid of that rat. He's starting to crawl up your pant. This is not a pleasant thing. Okay. We got sweat. We ready? We have a little sweat on him? Is that what we're doing here?
It's already done.
I need phones.
It's interesting. The image of Frankie being locked in the cloakroom was actually the start of the whole idea behind the story for Lady in White. That image coming to me. And that image became the prevalent image in the theatrical campaign and also for the release of the picture all over the world. This image of him against the half-moon window.
Sorry, that ski cap. Your ski cap is still up. After you flat, here we go. Crawling up your pant leg, eyes wider. And get him off. Bill. And he's rising, mask down and light. What are you doing here?
In a scene like this where there's no, well, there's a little bit of dialogue here, but the director actually acts the scene in many instances with the actor, as you could see I was doing right there.
And let's give it a go. Here we go. Ready? This is a rehearsal.
Now, Angelo Bertolini had never done a film before. I was so intent upon finding the real thing as concerns the grandparents, because they were very much autobiographical. And I based these characters on my Italian grandparents on my father's side. They were Mama Sunta and Papa Charlie. And interestingly, Angelo was Sicilian, and Renata, who plays Mama Sunta, was Napolitan and from Naples. And there's always been a war going on between those two regions of the country, and in many ways it worked as regards their characters.
Okay, hold on, stop.
Okay, so we need to pull Renata left a little bit more then.
Yeah, we need to pull her over. And Papa, you've got to stay right up to the edge. I want you right up to the edge. Don't pull back. Okay, fix his mark. And Renata, I'd like you to move it up. Okay,
Check it out.
This cemetery actually existed overlooking Canandaigua Lake in upstate New York.
Get back to the hotel. I want you to look at the film camera.
this is my break right here, that's all.
Gregory with a new job.
This is one. All right, ready, and action.
We'll call it and maybe the second one.
shot doesn't work as well from here as it works
When they come
before.
farther out, they come farther out, you gotta wait farther back.
The other way is where we had it before. That shot worked. You're gonna need to have you up behind that white picket fence there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, like Willow Point Enclosure, Falls Cemetery.
I think I'll be.
Yeah. What about these PAs?
Out there. Well, you want to look at your... Okay.
I'll go about another 2-3 feet. Yeah, try this now. We'll try this. Yeah. Go up, Bobby?
I hit it.
Okay.
Start now, Bobby. It's like 2 weeks ago when we first started. How low do you want to go? That might hold personally. I'm putting a driver on it, so I'm up here and you come back.
Is that as far as I can go?
With the advent of DVD, filmmakers are sometimes compelled to replace their baby's first-shorn curls by gathering them up from the cutting room floor and lovingly, although not always wisely, putting them on display for all to see. Following are some scenes that were cut or significantly altered in the final version. Firstly, I want to explain that these scenes were preserved on VHS tape. You can see time code down at the bottom. That's in the process of cutting the picture, I transferred reels and time coded them as we made changes. This is a scene that was cut from the picture where Tony's hammer has been welded to the gate by Phil as a joke. If you'll recall at the opening of the picture, there's a slight reference to this in the opening title sequence, and this is where it was originally paying off as to the storytelling. Anyway, I lifted this for time purposes. Nice little scene, but didn't need it. Here we have one of the blue screen sequences. This was shot on a stage. See the fans blowing at his hair and clothing. All of that, of course, by the time the final images were matted together behind Frankie, disappears. Here you see the blue screen, the ladder, all of that goes away in this out-of-body sequence in the picture as Frankie is having this near-death experience. And again, this was all shot on the stage in LA. And these blank sections are actually optical shots that had not been completed yet. In this case, they were the shots of the sun, Frankie rapidly approaching the sun. So in the course of cutting the picture, you will slug for opticals that haven't been completed. And now we're back on the stage in the woods sequence. The woods was built on stage to wrap it up and out of the blue screen. That's just to give you a little feel of the blue screen. This scene precedes the porch scene and follows Frankie being presented with the bow and arrow in bed. It's the wedding scene, and Angelo walks out on the porch, and here I planned on having him hear church bells in the distance, and the church bells bring him back to the memory of his wedding day. And we had a flashback to the day he married Marion. I love this scene, and I tried as best I could to keep it in the picture, but there were two reasons why ultimately I decided it needed to go. One was it slowed down the pace considerably at this point in the storytelling. And secondly, we just had a really rough time youthening our actors, getting them to look significantly younger, to take them back this many years. As you can see, we didn't quite succeed in that regard, and I just didn't feel it was believable. It wasn't the makeup artist's fault. It was just a difficult thing to achieve. But conceptually, I thought it was marvelous, especially the way it ends as they all drive away, and with the horns blaring. You'll hear what Angelo has to say as Tony and Phil approach him on the porch. Now we're back to the present, you see. And I always imagined an orchestral, very muted, mystic kind of version of September song in the background during that wedding sequence, as though reflecting Angelo's thoughts.
Did you hear the horns?
What was that out?
Must have been a wedding in town.
Still wrapped up, of course, in that memory, that very dear memory.
They charged Harold Williams with murder this morning. He's being held without bail.
This is a scene that preceded Miss Amanda appearing at Frankie's bedroom window. Sweet, quiet little scene. Angela kissing the boys goodnight. But it's what he says to Mama a little later that's so significant as to his pain.
Miss Liddell wants you to call her sometime.
I'll take care of it.
That's a reference to the earlier scene with Miss Liddell in the car when she asked Frankie to have his father call her sometime. But what I liked particularly about this was this right here.
What are you doing up?
I no can sleep. Too many things. I'm afraid for you.
Why?
I don't want the sadness to come. I make you sick again.
Va bene, Mama. Va bene. Don't worry. Come on, let's go to bed.
And so we know that Angelo is still suffering, has been through quite a lot, and was actually quite sick over the loss of his beloved wife.
God.
But you got to keep the picture moving.
Mama.
So this scene went.
Papa, Gino, and Dad, Mom, and all the departed souls. Please bless Melissa. Amen.
This scene was to have occurred just prior to the church scene. Frankie's getting ready to go to church. He's been rescued from the cloakroom, of course, and is recovered. And he puts on the jacket that we saw in his dream that his mother made for him. Of course, he's grown quite a bit, so you can see the sleeves are too short for his arms. Doesn't faze him. One more check. That's good. Sweet scene, but slowed things down. And this is the extended version of the ride home with the Williams family following the church scene. In this cut of this sequence, we get to find out quite a bit more about what Maddie's relationship was with Frankie's mom.
I apologize for what happened back there, Maddie.
I don't blame her for feeling the way she do. Her little boy's dead. Ain't nothing gonna bring him back. But my Harold didn't kill him. And he wouldn't have hurt your boy neither.
I don't believe he did.
You know, I never did get to thank your wife for the dress she made my Naomi.
She knew how grateful you were, Maddie. But she was very sick those last couple of months.
I know. I tried to come up to the hospital. But they said only the family was allowed.
That's right.
No. I know how much you loved her. Just as much as I love my Harold.
Just as much, Maddie.
Once again, this scene was significantly pared down, primarily to help the picture pace along better.
All right, children, you may prepare for gym class.
Yeah, all right.
Frankie, do you think you feel up to gym class?
Yeah, I feel okay.
I think you should go to the library this period. Get a head start on your homework.
Okay. Had a brown nose, pizza face.
Donald, was that an apology I just overheard?
Jeez, I already got detention for the rest of my life.
Which may be over very shortly.
I'm sorry, Frankie.
Sorry for what?
Sorry for locking you in the cloakroom.
Is that all?
And, for taking your cap.
And?
And for almost getting him killed. Oh, yeah, for almost getting you killed. Yeah. Me too. I'm really sorry.
This reference to the Pez candy dispenser. also happened in an earlier scene between the boys outside the school before Frankie gets locked in the cloakroom. But that scene was pared down significantly as well. And so that reference didn't exist in the cut version of that scene of the boys in the school lawn yard prior to Frankie's being locked in the cloakroom. Again, it was the pacing of the film that was suffering. And it's always tough to lift scenes that sometimes you fall in love with them, but when they're working to the detriment of the whole, they have to go. This was a scene with Sidney Lassick that I lifted practically in its entirety, and it's a fairly lengthy scene with Mr. Lowry, the postman. A lovely scene in its own right. I love the chemistry between them in the scene. But again, due to the pacing of the film at this point, as much as I like the scene, I felt it needed to go. But here it is for the first time on DVD.
Frankie?
Hi, Mr. Lowry.
What are you doing up there?
Oh, just thinking.
Ah. I bet I know what you're thinking of. I bet you're thinking of that weather report, huh?
Hope it's right this time. Less than 2 weeks till Christmas, and it's hardly snowed, except for once, and it melted right when it hit the ground.
Well, the first snow never sticks, Frankie. But the second snow, that's the one, Frankie. One morning you're going to wake up and part your bedroom window curtains, and there it'll be, sprawling out like a white blanket, covering the countryside.
Snow changes everything.
That it does, Frankie. That it does. You been coming up here long?
Since my mom died.
I see. You know, Mrs. Lowry and I had our first date right here beneath this tree. Back then we called it our good luck tree. Oh, but that was way long before we got to know each other.
I call it the thinking tree, because it helps me think about things and figure stuff out. Mr. Lowry?
Huh?
Can a person die and still be alive? You know, like
the lady in white. Frankie, do you know what a legend is?
something that isn't real, but everyone wants to believe it is.
That's right. But sometimes even a legend can have a bit of truth in it. You know, Frankie, there was a woman who lived on Widow's Peak. She was a kind, sweet, gentle, loving woman. She died some years back.
What was her name?
Her name was Anne.
How did she die?
She fell from the cliffs. A very tragic thing, very sad. Since then, she's become legendary. Some people think that because of the violent nature of her death, she still walks those cliffs and is unable to rest in peace.
Did you ever see her?
Oh, no. No. And neither is anyone else, in my opinion, except in their minds. Oh, but that doesn't make her any less real. Especially to those who believe in her and who love her. Just like with your mother. Well, I guess I'd better be going. Oh, but before I do, I thought you might like to know that I dropped off that package you've been waiting for.
You did?
Uh-huh. All the way from...
Lincoln, Nebraska.
Right.
Gee, thanks, Mr. Lowry.
Okay, see ya. Yeah. Right, so long.
Of all the scenes that I had to cut, this one, which follows this scene with Frankie getting his typewriter for selling his greeting cards, was the one I most missed.
Mama.
What's that?
It's my new typewriter for selling all those greeting cards.
Oh, what are you going to do now?
I write stories, Ma. The best stories I've ever written. I write about you.
Me?
Yeah, and about Papa Charlie, and how you're always hiding his cigarettes.
We hear the sound of Papa gurgling in the bathtub.
That's your grandfather. He locked the bedroom door inside. He wants to drown himself because I had his cigarettes.
Grandpa?
Frankie, tell your grandma to give my cigarette, or else I'll drown myself.
Where, in the sink?
No, in the bathtub.
The doctor say you're not supposed to smoke.
Sure, you don't let me smoke, but you let me drown, right?
That's right. At least you die healthy. Frankie, go get your father. Say it's time to eat. Gino, vieni a mangiare.
Wonderful scene, but again, the pacing of the picture was suffering, and so it had to go.
You know, I've been thinking. You and I still haven't tried out that new bow yet. So how about after school tomorrow, huh?
Sure.
Frankie, your dad's going through a pretty rough time right now. You just got over losing your ma, and now this had to happen.
I didn't mean to upset him.
Well, I know that. So does he. But even a guy as tough as your dad can only take so much. I'm worried about him.
Phil?
Yeah?
When you and Dad were in the war, did you ever worry about him?
Yeah, every day. And now you got me worried about you.
You know what? You're a worrywart.
Well, tomorrow, when we get together, we'll talk this thing through so that we can both stop worrying. No matter what it is, we'll work it out. Just the two of us. Okay?
Okay.
This scene was to immediately follow Frankie's being scolded on the stairs in the shop to go get ready for dinner when he's trying to tell Phil what happened in the cloakroom. Lovely scene, but again, for pacing purposes, it had to go.
All smoke.
Other way, upwind.
That's it. That's where she lived before she committed suicide. What do you mean, committed suicide? Hey, I'd kill myself too if I had to live in a spooky joint like that. Shh. Jeez. Mr. Lowry said she fell. Mr. Lowry is a mental. She jumped. Yeah. From those cliffs over there. Yeah, my dad told me. He ought to know. He was on the search team that found her body. Why would she jump? Why would she jump? Mr. Lowry probably told her she could fly. Come on. I'm scared. Figures. Well, why are we doing this? 'Cause it's cool.
Mama, I've got a temperature.
And me too. So don't make me mad.
Yeah.
From Willow Point Falls. The grand jury hearing in the Cliffside murders was officially concluded this afternoon. District Attorney James Bartell is expecting the grand jury to hand down an indictment within the hour.
Well, I'm off to meet your brother. You pay attention to your grandma, or she'll ship you back to Sicily. Arrivederci, Mama.
Arrivederci, Phil. Bye-bye.
Listen easy. It's gonna be okay. She's in shot. Easy. Give us some room, will you, please? No, no, no.
This woods was all built on stage.
make it out.
What about Maddie?
She's gonna be okay.
And her mother. How beautiful she
Once again, this scene was considerably cut down in the final version of the picture.
Much more beautiful than me. And how she loved her little girl. She lived and died for her. I wanted to die too, but they wouldn't let me. What is the good of living when all that you love is gone? Even in death, she couldn't rest. I know. I see her roaming the cliffs at night, searching for her little girl, calling out her name. Melissa. All these years, how well I've kept her for you, Anne. Her room. All her little things. I've kept them. All for you, my beloved sister. It's time for you to move on. I killed him. I promised you I would, and I did. Now you can rest in peace. Now, child. No need to be frightened. No more. I've killed him. See?
Here we have some more of the blue screen. These shots were alternately taken on location and on stage. You can clearly see the blue screens on stage and the shots of the cottage. You can hear me screaming in the background here because it was all MOS, without sound, as they say in the business, without sound. Later we matted in, of course, the waves and the cliffs below. The shots with the cottage burning in the background were actually shot location weeks prior. This mock cliff was maybe about, I'd say 12 to 15 feet wide, 16 feet tall, and those slugs were, that's what we call a slug, those inserts where there isn't an image. Those were optical shots, effect shots that were yet to be completed. Now, in the original cut, I actually had the lady stop time and bring the windmill to make the windmill cause it to turn in reverse and bring Frankie back up. And when I previewed the film with audiences, it just wasn't working. So that's why you see him coming back up the cliff there. I cut that sequence out. Decided that was going a bit too far.
Long time ago.
You don't really believe all that spooky stuff you write about, do you?
Take me home.
Now, you see, originally, this scene was going to wrap up the picture and bookend it, but I just didn't feel it was strong enough. This was essentially going to be the end of the film. As you'll recall, the adult Frankie approaches the graveyard at the beginning of the film, and I was going to bookend the picture and bring us back to this sequence, but I just felt as though it ended on a much stronger note at the cottage, with the cottage burning, and opted out.
It's 35mm film, isn't it?
Yeah, that's all right.
Lock it up and roll.
Marker. And action.
I really liked your story, Frankie.
Gee, thanks.
I wish I was as good as you.
Real girls play with your hair. Look at him. Try it one more time now, just like that. Just like that. I really like your story.
I really liked your story, Frankie.
Gee, thanks.
I wish I was as good as you.
Now try it one more time and make sure you pronounce the word weird so we understand it. Ready? Here we go. Real excited. Real excited. I love real big smile. And action.
I really liked your story, Frankie.
Gee, thanks.
I wish I was as weird as you.
All right, Mary Ellen, you may leave. All right, sit back down, sweetheart. Now this time, keep looking at Frankie smiling as you leave. Ready?
You okay? Focus.
I hope so. And, all right, Mary, smiling. I weirded you. And, Mary Ellen, you may leave. Leave. Cut. Good over here.
We're about to shoot the scene where Frankie comes back to his classroom after the Halloween party and discovers, that was my illustrious director of photography, and discovers that, and suddenly the pumpkin magically glows again. And so he slowly makes his way in, he blows up the candle on the pumpkin, and then he goes to the cloakroom thinking it's surprise. And then those wise guys, Donald and Louie, come in, lock him into the cloakroom. So far the shoot's been progressing very nice. I'm very pleased, very happy.
I think they need some room.
Except for her, I can't stand her.
I know.
She's a pest. Other than that, everything's great.
Okay.
See you.
Bye-bye.
I thought a camera, I thought...
the action once on this just to see if this is
Extras start reading the songs, and everybody will be standing. When he finishes the reading of the songs, he'll say, "Praise be to the Lord." Everybody will say, "Amen," and it's Angela. Everybody's watching her. Get up and start to leave. And you stay in the middle of the aisle there, because that's where you're going to fall and faint, right there. Give the baby to Naomi. Give the baby to Naomi. Naomi, you start to walk out. You kids follow. Be careful now. Just take it slow. And don't actually fall. Just go down now. There she goes. Angela.
Did a good shot. Today's my last day.
Yes, I want to make sure that we're okay. Or we'll get you another pair of shoes or something.
I'm really young and mad.
I know.
That's the rule.
The union.
Look at this.
Merry Christmas!
Oh, ho, ho. Keep saying it.
Oh, ho, ho. Merry Christmas!
That's right. Okay. Come on, Raj.
All right.
That's fine. He's just trying to stop it. He's trying to stop it. Keep it centered, right? And no need to fall. No need to fall. Just keep yourself balanced. And the idea is to try to get it as close to the edge of the wet cement as you can. And background action. And action.
Just don't tell Dad you'll kill me. Good. Maybe I'll get to live a normal life.
I am the director of this picture. This is my footstool, say hello footstool. Hi. And we are in the process of preparing the scene. And, until the scene is ready, I am sitting back and relaxing and enjoying the scenery. Are you okay, footstool? Hi.
Hey, Frank!
Right in the middle.
Step on that bee, quick, step on it. Step on it before it gets up. Perfect.
Frank LaLoggia! Frank LaLoggia!
I don't care if they fight me, I want to kill them all. Yeah, yes, that was done.
Where the paper towel may go?
There's towel right behind you. I gave it to Michael.
My friend Zach got stung twice.
Yeah, I saw that. I was at a picnic with a guy once.
Yeah.
It was pretty amazing.
What's your message to director Uncle Frank?
He's doing a good job.
Oh, okay. And this was before they stole it.
No, I'm just putting you on video.
You're gonna be on TV right now.
Say hi, Frank.
We have additional shots that are not boarded. Right here. On bridge shooting toward Old Red House, which is that way.
Okay, so we're going to be behind them,
Yes.
Yes.
shooting. We see them going, and we see they're heading towards the town.
Essentially. No, they're gonna enter right to left in the first one.
Yeah.
And then they're gonna be on the bridge.
Yeah, you had, then we'd probably pull the long shot and then probably the low angle of them going right to left across the bridge.
It's right to left. They're going to be coming down here.
Cut
down
path.
Back up. This here. So see you. This and this is the same thing. I think that's each boy. Right?
Yeah, Gino and Frankie. So we're getting two shots right now.
Right.
We're going to get this and this.
And you're going to get both boys on each of those shots.
Yes.
Frankie and Gino.
Okay.
He doesn't know what he's talking about.
And this one in here, Eric will stay pretty close to that side.
Correct, as close. See these? These are going to be worth their weight in gold in about 2 weeks.
What is that?
They keep your hands warm.
Oh. Wow. What are you asking? What do you want to know?
This guy's nosy.
Bodies, watch out. They're coming.
Yeah, be ready. He's coming, right?
Watch out. On that path. We're ready to go.
Here he comes. That looked good. His head just went to the
Here
top.
comes another one. Hey, watch out! Heads up! Keep it clear! I'd like a bullhorn, I think. No, I don't know. It's just like a storyboard. I know.
Ready, click.
All right. So you want to do Frankie again?
Well, let's do this one and then we'll go back. Roll B. Rolling. Piece of cake.
Everything all right?
I'm gonna put that unit together right now. Andy, that unit's going back together right now. All right?
Good man. Sorry, you just missed everything. We just did a couple spectacular jumps. Can we show them? Come here, take a look at this. You guys can come back here. You know, this video image isn't very good, but they give you an idea of the kind of stunts. Oops, don't watch it. Let's show them all of them. Yeah, because I hit the mic. Well, guys,
We can get 2 more shots tomorrow. Flip again.
What's the hold up? I'm on camera now. I got a pissing mode. I got a pissing mode on camera. It's the only way anyone will pay attention to me anymore.
Andy LaMarca, famed Italian cinematographer. We got a visa in to bring this man into the country despite massive union protests.
Exactly.
He's going to be doing second unit on this movie.
Second unit DP. Director, I should be first unit director, but we brought in another guy from Italy.
Yes.
Frank, come on in here. Say hello. Look. Fresh off the tuna boat. Here he is. Right in from Sicily. Get out of here, you pig. Go direct.
The red one
All right. Quiet, please. One on set. Where's my rehearsal? Yes. All right, here we go.
Quiet.
Your count is up. No, that's not the way it was before. It was just before Hattie? Before you swatted the rat.
Yeah, just before you swatted the rat. You had the left hand in the cap.
That's
Okay,
it.
that's it.
That's it. Remember? You're looking at him. He's crawling up your leg. Where is he? Ready? Eyes big. He's crawling up. Eyes bigger, bigger. And get rid of him. Right? And then when you do that, you bring your hand back down, the cat's hand down, right? You go back to Phil, and he's going to come up with the light. Where's the light? Stay out of the way. And he's going to come up with the light. Perfect. And then you bring your hand down. What are you doing here? What do you know?
I got locked in. My friends locked me in.
I got locked in. My friends locked me in here after school. Say it louder.
This thing keeps on sliding me.
Okay, I may have to loop it, but say it here anyway, okay? Go ahead. Go
I
ahead.
got locked in. My friends locked me in and
Okay, do you see his eyes? We gotta make sure we see your eyes, Frankie. Can you see through them? Rat. You're looking down at the rat, right? Let's see the whole thing. We ready to see the whole thing? Rat. I'd like another rehearsal. He's crawling up your leg. And you bring your hand down quickly, the cap hand down, and you look back at Phil because you're concerned about having given yourself away. All right. I would like,
Gotta be careful.
let's see it again.
Because you're throwing a matchbox shadow.
Okay, Frankie, look in the direction that Phil is coming from down the tree. Right? Like your head's got to be up more, because he's standing up now. He's standing up, so he's at full height. And get him off. And to Phil. Phil's rising. No. Wait. Take a beat to look at Phil. Phil is rising, and hand up and light. That's what I'll do. Hand up and light. Okay, the light is too soon. Let's try just that part of it. Frankie, lift your mask and watch Phil. Phil is rising. Watch Phil. Where is he? And he's rising. Hand up and light. Too late. Try it again. Light is too late. Phil's rising. And hand up and light. I think that was just about right. Let's try it one more time. Phil's rising. And hand up and light. Good.
We had a minor injury on the set today.
Hairdresser cut off his finger. It's not really. Make believe, folks.
It'll probably turn up in the. It'll turn up in the lunch today.
I'm so excited about this.
Hey guys.
First time today.
Oh yeah, good morning.
Isn't that great? How you doing, Al?
Ready.
Okay.
Excuse me. Rest. Fine.
It's for the low board.
Okay, cut.
9 apple, take 2. You
gotta wait on the cloud.
Yikes.
Continua. Quanto sai See you, Grandpa. Charlie.
All right, now drop the cigarette. You drop it. You drop it. Yeah.
When she
when she says Charlie. Yeah.
when
you
she
drop
says
it.
Charlie.
Yeah. Now stay right there. Act innocent.
I didn't hear.
Look, innocent. Like, oh, innocent. Innocent. Drop it. All right, stay right there. Stay right there.
What do you got those cigarettes?
Don't move. Wait, Papa. Don't move. You gotta stay in that spot. Don't move away. Stay right there. Okay. All right. Go ahead.
Where do you find those cigarettes?
What the
All right,
cigarette?
hold on. Hold on. Mama, here's your mark. Here's a little far back. Right here. Okay, Papa, you on your mark? Right. See that? Right there. Okay, go ahead.
Where do you find those cigarettes?
What the cigarettes? About spaghetti.
Go get these. Go get these. Huh?
No, Papa, come here. What you have to do, you come this way. Cross that way. Mama, you turn this way. And you look at it. Okay?
See ya, Grandpa. Charlie.
Go easy on him, Ma.
Oh, yeah, sure. Ma dove ha pigliato queste sigarette? Si sta dando la gente che non fumare. Ecco il cammino. When you get those cigarettes? What cigarettes? What gift? Huh?
And cut!
Honestly, the hook on the back is just in case you hit something.
Okay, guys, I'm ready for first team.
What kind of movie are we doing here?
Are we
Not bad. Is that a question? What kind of movie are we doing?
What's happening?
You can raise up off. Raise up off. I want you to come up stiff.
Words in this?
Raise up, Jason. Yeah, just sort of stand up. I need to drop you like that. How's that look?
Jason's not close enough, but it'd have to happen a little fast.
Yeah, I will.
Okay, Jason's not close enough to
What is it?
Man,
gangbusters, didn't he?
marketing lead guy.
He's good, though. He's good.
Why not? He's got all the dialogue down and stuff. It's just timing.
His mind.
Yeah, his cape's still in, but that's all right.
That's all right. I'm going to drop you. Go right down close, but don't hit his nose.
Almost.
You got to be back a little more, Lucas. You got to
Lucas
fall
fell a
this
little
way.
more.
Yeah, but I'm falling. You see, when you pull me up, this.
You want a sandbag for back?
Yeah, give me a sandbag.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, come on. No, it's important for a still photographer. Wait, come here. It's important for a still photographer to be glad. Little here. There you go. There she is. I wish someone had it.
Pretty quiet.
wants to fight all the time.
Windshield wipers on. Bunny has the windshield wipers on.
You see how high I was? They took me up.
Go and get your clothing on. Oh.
Bend up butt. She has a beautiful.
Look at your. How's the timing on that?
Still a little. Did we make it on our move to the end? Okay, that's good.
Tommy, move.
Try shooting one. I'll send you the movie.
Okay. All right.
Okay, let's go for one. That's good.
Okay. We're ready for pictures.
Do any of you ever watch Facts of Life?
I do.
I play the girl's father on the show. Charlie Palmachek. Yeah, I play the tough one, Joe. There. You know? And if you ever watch Murder, She Wrote or any shows, I'm either the killer or the cop.
The killer or the cop, huh?
Yeah. There was a movie 16 years ago called The Godfather. And I played Mo Green, who got his eyes shot out on the massage table. If anybody remembers that. I bring it up front.
What's the deal? Give me a pen. I want to
Excuse me.
Don't hold my makeup, though.
We only charge 75 cents an autograph.
Oh my God. No, you don't want to do that, huh?
What's your name?
Pat.
Pat, okay. Crazy Pat?
You better watch out. She's hungry.
Uh-oh.
Watch out.
What's your name? Sandy. Sandy. It's my wife.
Thank you. Oh, wow.
I want to get in there. Come down and talk to him.
Freeways and smog in L.A. You don't have that here.
You like this part of the...
Love it.
It rains.
Love it. My wife's coming out next week. I mean, this is going to be a vacation for us.
You gonna bring her here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. She's only here for a week. Don't worry about it.
Well, you're busy every day, pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah, every day. Today I happened to be off, and when they said, come on over, I said, sure, you know. I really, thanks for having me, because I just hang around that lobby over there. That's boring over there.
Oh,
God.
thank you for coming. I'm going to my church. You find Newark boring. How do you like the pool?
I haven't used that yet. My son has, the one who's playing the little boy in the picture, but I'll probably take a chance at that tonight. I'm watching the playoffs. I'm into baseball. I'm a baseball nut.
Every afternoon.
What is, anybody have a favorite show here? Maybe I was on it. Any particular television show?
Excellent.
Outside of soaps. I don't do soaps. That's too hard.
Different strokes.
Different Strokes, no, but I know the boy on it. Yeah. Because I just did one of those. I just worked with Lansbury on Murder, She Wrote. I like that show. Yeah, she's a classy lady.
Yes.
Yeah. Before that, I did a horror film, my first horror film. But most of it has been...
You gonna be back on Facts of Life again soon?
Oh yeah, they're writing a show now where I go to the racetrack and lose all my money. I noticed you had a Bible class going on when I came in. I really don't think I could work in Hollywood unless I had some spiritual guidance. It really helps me. You know, there's a lot of drugs and there's a lot of carrying on in LA. I'm sure you read about it. And I just say my prayers every day to get through, and it helps me a lot. Is there any way to go.
You have children?
Yeah, I have 3 children. I have a 23-year-old boy who's a director. He just did his first film. This is the same boy I told him to clean up his room a couple of years ago. And I've got a 17-year-old daughter. She wants to be an attorney. I said,
Good for her.
yeah, she can get her dad out of trouble. And my 14-year-old, I don't know what he's going to do. I think he's going to sell plans to the Russians. I don't know. He's a strange kid, but I love him.
We used to let her out, but we have cows across the road.
Oh.
So she wanted to go out and catch the cows, I guess.
You found the home here, boy.
Police record.
There's a police record?
Yes.
Yes.
What did she do?
She chased the cows.
Cows and
Oh.
the police had to come and
Oh, really?
she got in trouble with the farmer, I guess, didn't she, Betty?
Yeah.
What was that?
Chased kids on a bicycle and.
Yep.
Kelly. Now, whose paper do I have yours. What is your name, darling?
Gert.
Gert. How do you spell it? G-E-R-T?
Saki.
Do you have the ball guys? No, they don't have extra balls. Okay. Okay, stand by for rehearsal, please.
Henry, prepare when you're ready, nod your head. Here we go. Ready, and action. Back again, I'm sorry, back again. That's where I want you. Here we go. Try to hold it back just a little bit longer, Henry. Try to hold it back till you see her face, till you see Naomi's face. Here we go. Ready? Ready? Marker. And.
Naomi, smile for me,
All right, so you guys hang out here. All right, you two guys, be right about here. After each other, okay? And then you guys, how many other reporters are left? Just you two? Okay, you guys are going to be converging from right around here, running in. They have to be in the right place at the right time. Okay, let's just try that part of the action. Pardon me?
When he starts coming out.
Yeah, when he starts coming out. We'll work it all out.
Yeah, they're going to put some in there. What are you going to do when it comes out?
I know. You people in the window, you're great. You're terrific. How about, yeah, get that window open. Lean out. Can't you get that window open? That one?
Are you ready, Frank?
How come that window's not
I
open?
don't know. Patty will work on it.
And let's all wait to settle.
And action. And she's talking to him. She's talking to him. You look at him. Look back at her. She's apologizing. She's apologizing. Get ready. And this is from my Richie.
And we are cut.
Sir, it looks a little weird down here by his drying out. Well, gotta do something. I will. That's enough blood. That's plenty blood. Just take care of the dried out. Wipe that off. Very kind. You're very kind. Be prepared. You're very kind, but very kind. And this is from my Richie. Boom. And this is from my Richie. Boom. Okay? Okay. And action.
Mr. Williams.
I just wanted to say I'm sorry for all the trouble you went through. Very kind. Very kind. This is for my Richie.
Cut! And cut. Okay.
Yeah. Have you ever fallen from a high building?
Nope. Alright, second body.
Smart fellow.
How high is that falling off that
Just for the rehearsal. Give me the ring. Get bonk.
All right. Now don't worry about the bonk. We'll just take it up to that point.
Got it right at. Give me the ring.
David? Yes, sir? Someone take the camera off.
Give me the ring. Bonk.
Yeah, give me the ring. Where is it? Give it to me.
I'd rather you
Give me the ring, and then I'll cut you another round here. Cover the bonk.
Speed.
No, give it back. I don't get that happen. Marker.
Here we go. Ready, 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 and breathing, breathing, and action!
I don't want to hurt you. I love you. You're a beautiful boy. Please, just give me the ring. I won't say anything to anyone about this. Nobody has to hear anything about it. Your dad doesn't even have to know. Oh, God. I could never face him if he knew. Where is it? Give me the ring!
And cut! Beautiful. How'd that feel?
Good, we got a little bit of a block on Frankie, but...
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
You took this magazine on your magazine
More wind, sir. Glenn, get a shot of me, then pan up. More wind. How was that?
More wind, y'all! Oh, look at this, Rod. He's really
Drifting back now.
Get it?
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Print one up for Al.
Yeah. Wow.
Brett. Can you do the shuttle?
Okay, cut it!
Oh, they cut it really good every time.
Go. Out. Shut up.
Impression of the show.
Rolling! Rolling! Set! Marker! And focus, Frankie, focus, focus, focus! Breathing, 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 and
gotta scream for your bullhorn.
Yay! Where's my bullhorn? Where's my video? Where's my paper truck?
You guys are so juvenile. Tell us how you feel about being on The Lady in White, Bobby.
I love it. It's great. It's my best film.
Okay.
It's going to be a great film.
Okay, now be honest.
That's honest. That's the true story.
Before you leave.
I'm tired. I want to be back in Los Angeles, and I want my paper check.
I want to
But I know what you're thinking about. What you're thinking about that weather report, huh?
Hope it's right this time. Less than 2 weeks till Christmas and we still haven't seen, except for once.
Okay, cut.
How good a lighting is that, Lincoln? They probably wouldn't pick up your face with it. Rolling.
Rolling? Okay. This is Glenn Bruce reporting for the Lady in White. Sad note today. We're leaving. We're out of here. I'm off the job. I'm not working anymore. I'm unemployed. But hey, Frank, it's okay. It's been real. It's been a pleasure. Nobody asked me what I thought about the Lady in White. I think it's... I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. No. I think it's been a wonderful experience from the bottom of my heart. And I think you should grow up. Anyway, there it is. A sad note. It's all over. The Lady in White. Goodbye, Lady in White. Farewell.
Marker. And background action.
For the past 6 weeks, Central New York has been the background for this mystery movie entitled Lady in White. The filming began in Lyons, New York, and ended here in Syracuse at the Hancock Airport. Beside the main cast of characters, 2,500 extras were used, mostly Central New Yorkers, some hoping that this would be their big break into showbiz.
It's great. It's really exciting, and the only problem was that when you get ready for a scene, they say cut, cut, cut every 2 minutes, but it's fun. I'd love to do it.
A lot of waiting?
Yeah, a lot of waiting, but it's worth it.
It's fun. It's exciting. It's better than going to school.
I was in the first scene where I had to walk straight through the hallway here.
How'd you do?
Pretty good. They had to shoot it 3 times, but they got it right last time.
Because of you?
No, not because...
Of all places, why the Syracuse airport?
Quite frankly, we wanted to shoot here, get on a plane, and go home. And that's what we're planning on doing today. And this airport was where we were planning on leaving from. But I also checked it out just to make sure that it was appropriate for what I needed, and it worked.
Here at the Raleigh studios in Hollywood, 2 men are trying to fight the escalating economics and cramped creativity so common at major film companies. Director Frank LaLoggia is at the helm of The Lady in White, a film that got to the studio by a rather novel avenue. Frank's cousin Charlie, who's co-producing The Lady in White, explains.
We produced a 7-minute piece of film which looked like a coming attractions reel, which we used to help us raise money. It looked like the film was done. And some of the prospective investors that I approached were a little confused because when they saw this piece of film, they said, well, the movie's done. What do you need the money for? And I tried to tell them that that's not the way it worked. We did it sort of backwards, but it worked out very well.
My mommy's lost and I can't find her. Will you help me find her?
This 7-minute film was produced in conjunction with the formation of New Sky Productions.
New Sky is a public company, and we went public last November, so we're just about a year old now. The stock is traded over the counter. It's quoted every day in the Wall Street Journal. The symbol is NSKY, and it trades at 10 cents a share. And the company was formed for the purpose of making this film. We want to make quality commercial films on a reasonable budget. We think it's no secret how to make money in the movie business. You just have to make films on schedule, on budget, and a reasonable budget with a terrific cast, which is what we have, and it's a great story, and it's commercial.
Part of that great cast is Alex Rocco, perhaps best known as Mo Green in The Godfather. Rocco says independent productions give him creative freedom, helping the actor and the studio alike.
If the script is good, I'll do it for anybody. The day of major studios, as I can see it, are really gone. They just rent space. If there's a good script and a director with vision, then I'll do it. That's going to further my career.
Young actor Lukas Haas noticed some of the more subtle differences between studio work on Lady in White and the on-location work of Witness.
In a set, you have a commissary, and that's better than having a caterer.
It's not easy to go out and raise $4 or $5 million, but if you can do it, that's the way to make money in the motion picture business, to go out, finance the film yourself, don't take any money from the studios, and just walk to them with a completed product. And if you're right, if you walk to them with a quality commercial motion picture, hopefully you can strike the kind of deal that allows the studio to make money, which they want, but also allow the producers to make money, which allows you to go on and make other films.
I just wanted to tell you kids that I really appreciated all the letters you sent to me. It was really a wonderful thing, and I'm serious about that. And I thought it might be nice to just spend a little bit of time with you, showing you what it's like to be a director in Hollywood right now, today, while I'm trying to finish up Lady in White. This is a place called Ryder Sound, where we do all of our post-production sound work. In other words, we're mixing all the sound elements together on a stage that I'm going to take you to in just a minute. All the dialogue, all the special effects, and all the music. This is my parking space. See, you can see that's my name right up there. And right next to it is my co-producer, Andy LaMarca's parking space. He's got a name too. See, it's actually his parking space. And if you take a look here, this is Andy's car, which, as you can tell, is much, much more expensive than mine. But I'm not as flamboyant as Andy is when it comes to money. As a matter of fact, I hate to waste money. I'm very frugal, and I think that's a very important thing to be these days, don't you? Anyway, I'm not going to waste any more time. I think we should go inside and take a look at the crew of people that are putting together all the post-production sound for Lady in White. You know something? You're going to see a bunch of people and realize how important it is to work harmoniously and together in Hollywood, to get along and not to fight and argue when it comes to making decisions about a big motion picture like Lady in White. Come on, come on. Filmmakers, please! Good morning. Good morning. That's better.
Everything's just fine.
Anyway, this is the re-recording stage where we're going to be doing all of our sound mixing today. Every once in a while, we do have a disagreement or two. All right, here we go. We got 4 different types of rain here. Right?
Well, we're going to have to run them to see which ones you like the best and which work with the scene.
Right.
And they're cut on and off stage so that it'll make it easier for us not to have to...
Got it. Oh, hi kids, how you doing? Yeah, this is Ray and this is Joe.
Hi kids.
And Ray and Joe are 2 of the mixers that are working on the final sound for Lady in White. Now Ray's handling dialogue primarily and Joe's handling sound effects, although this morning both of them are working on effects. And we were just discussing what kind of rain we're going to use for one scene. See, we have 4 different types of rain on different pieces of tape that we're going to try to blend together to make a very special kind of rain sound, you see. And this is called a mixing console. This is where we do all of this. Ray's worked on a lot of big pictures, so is John. Ray, you worked on Star Wars, didn't you?
Yeah, I worked on Star Wars.
Yeah, and so here's a guy who knows Lukas. So if you really want to get in touch with Lukas, write to Ray.
That's George.
Ray West, care of Ryder Studios in Hollywood.
That's right. Do we have the address here?
1161 North Vine.
He's the guy. So when you see the final picture, Lady in White, and you go, ooh, ah, about all the sound effects and the music and everything, these are the guys that are responsible. And dialogue. These are my buddies. And dialogue, too. These are the guys. Okay, kids, here's another view of the dubbing stage, you see. Here's the mixing console right down here where we'll be mixing all the sounds together.
And then you'll see there's a big screen, just like the screen in your motion picture theater. And what happens is, while the guys are sitting at the mixing console deciding how loud the range should be and where the gunshot should occur and where the music should come in, we're actually looking at a projected image of the movie Lady in White on the screen. You see, so we can make it all match. And that's the way it works. Now I'd like to introduce you to a couple more of the stars. You see, of this movie, Lady in White. See, my feeling is stars are okay. You need actors, right? But the real stars are guys like these guys, right? Now stay right there, Tony. Okay? This is Tony right here, and Tony is the sound supervisor, the sound effects supervisor and designer, you see, on the show. And he's responsible for, like, Tony, tell him what you do briefly. Just tell the kids what you do.
Well, I create images and sound. What you hear many times is not what you're hearing. It's only what your mind tells you you're hearing. This is the whole idea of sound editing.
Now tell him, for example, about the problem we've got right now, what we're trying to work out with
well, at
church.
this point, in this particular scene, we have an establishing shot of a church. And automatically, your mind, at least thinking sound, when you see a church, you associate it with church bells. We are now trying to establish this. We have as many as 9 or 10 different sounding church bells. And until we get the one that we want, that everybody agrees, we'll work on it until we get to what we think is perfection.
There you go. You see, it's that intricate, isn't it, Tony?
Oh, yes.
And Tony spends a lot of time, you know, trying to figure out ways to bother me. And that's what he does best. So don't listen to anything he just said, because he's just a troublemaker.
Understand, children, we don't necessarily agree with the director sometimes, but it's fun disagreeing.
See that? Now, you know what he would do? If I went like this to Tony, if I went boom, he'd add a sound effect like that, you see? Make it sound like I punched him in the nose. Now, I want you to meet Joe. Joe is a sound effects editor, okay?
Hi, kids.
And Joe works with Tony. They work together, you see, to provide us with all the sounds we need. Joe, tell some of the kids about some of the movies you've worked on that they may have seen.
Well, let's see. Jeremiah Johnson was one of them. Okay, we're ready, right? Star is Born with Barbara Streisand, and The Yakuza was one of them.
Any TV shows that they
lots
might
of
know?
TV shows, yeah, from stemming all the way back to The Untouchables, Mannix, Scarecrow and Mrs. King.
There's one.
This one, the recent one, O'Hara, that we did out at Warner Brothers, which you'll probably see this season on the air.
Joe hobnobs with all the stars in Hollywood and used to be married to Barbara Streisand. Thank you, Joe.
Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot. Hi, kids. Here's another member of our very talented group who's going to be working with us today. This is my friend, Noelle McGrath.
Hey, kids.
Okay, and Noelle is an actress here in town. And she is going to be doing something today that's kind of unusual. I need her to perform for me a blood-curdling scream.
That's right.
Which is actually going to be the lady's scream when you see the Lady in White. When you see the picture, I don't want to give away what happens at the end of the film. But when you hear the lady scream at the end of the film,
you'll know that it's really Noelle.
It's actually going to be Noelle's scream. Don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody.
That's a movie secret.
Noelle, do you want to tell them how I determined that you would be qualified?
Frank told me that he heard me arguing once with my boyfriend, and he decided I had a blood-curdling scream in me somewhere. So that's what I'm doing here today, and you're going to hear my scream.
Right, and when she gets into the booth and at the microphone, and she actually does it to the picture, she'll be watching the movie, right, and screaming to get her lips and her scream to match
That's
the
right,
lady
I have
on
to
the
match it
screen.
up with the actress who's on the screen.
We'll show you a little bit more of her doing that in just a little bit, okay?
Okay.
And by the way, congratulations, you're getting married.
That's right.
In just a couple weeks to the same guy that she was arguing with.
No more screaming.
Isn't life wonderful?
Okay.
Hi, kids. I thought I'd come back and just give you a little sample of some of the things, as I said earlier, that sound is in your mind. And what we are doing here now, if you can possibly see the screen, is we are creating a gown rustle. Now you will notice there are no ladies with no gowns here, but Steve, our film editor, is helping me illustrate. This little thing is called a baffle. Now, inasmuch as we don't want her flips, Steve, now by watching the screen and seeing the motion of what is happening, is creating a gown rustle. Again, what you hear many times is not what you get. This is the way we do it in Hollywood. Have fun, kids.
Hey, good morning, kids. You may notice that I'm wearing an entirely different shirt and pair of pants than I was wearing earlier on in this video. You know why that has happened? Because this is an entirely different day. Anyway, here we are in the the control room. You see the machine room at the mixing stage. And as you can see, this is a very intricate affair back here. We have all kinds of magnetic film readers back here. We have a variety of sounds individually cut into each one of these reels. And they all get mixed together, as I told you earlier, in the final picture in the big room that you've already seen with the screen and where we project the picture, etc., etc. But this is it. Now come on down here. I want to introduce you to Brian. Brian is our projectionist. See, he's right here. There's the big projector that was projecting the picture when we were dubbing on the mixing stage. Brian's the guy who runs the projector, sees to it that everything runs well back here. And here's Dennis. Dennis is a big star back here in the machine room. He handles all these machines to make sure that all these sound reels are running in synchronized terms, you see, with each other. They're all running at the same pace so that we can go ahead and make them all blend together into the final soundtrack for the movie. Isn't this fascinating? I just think it's great. Come on back here with me. Follow me and I'll show you what's happening back here in the cutting room where we're going to be cutting in some special effects for the movie. Come on back here. You still there? Come on, kids.
Okay.
All right, now boys and girls, here we have Bree.
Oh no.
Bree is an assistant sound editor. And here we have Stan, who's our music editor, right back there in the corner. Wave to the kids, Stan.
Hi, kids.
And this is Steve Mann. Steve is the editor on the picture. Okay, and what he's doing right now is he's cutting in some special effects. That we've just gotten some special effects shots that have to get cut into the movie, you see? And every once in a while I hit her. See? Just like that, just to keep her impressed, because she's a wise guy. A wise girl. No, she's a very sweet little girl. I give her a hard time, but it's only because I love her, right?
Only because I love you.
She's married. Doesn't matter to me. Anyway, no, I'm only kidding. It does. This is the editing room, and look at all these pieces of film. And he may look like he knows what he's doing, but he doesn't.
Yeah, I look like an editor, but I'm really a duffer.
By the way, you saw Steve earlier when he was on the stage creating the sound effect for Katherine Helmond's dress, remember, for her gown, as you were watching picture and he was creating that sound effect.
All that.
Right. Anyway, kids, I think we're going to wrap up our video now. And I just want to say again that I really appreciate all the letters that you sent to me, and it was really a wonderful gesture. And go see the movie. I think you'll really like it when it comes out. Say goodbye to all the kids back.
Bye, kids.
Leroy and Phelps in upstate New York.
Upstate New York, yes.
Take care, guys, and have a great summer. See ya.
Bye.
Sidney Lassick, you remember him? Remember him from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest? David, real important. Sidney Lassick, remember him?
Tighter seat.
some of the dead weight to him.
Eddie, very good.
I'm gonna sneak a cigarette on you. Sure. Oh, what a treat. Sam, get over here. We get in the middle of it too. What? I can now die and go to heaven.
Good. Thank you. We're going to smile for the blank. Try one more. Eyes in here. Good.
Fly with me, honey.
Excellent.
Sally, everybody come over. Let's meet the star. Come over here. This is my wife here. So you're the star, huh?
I understand you're going to nice screenplay. Hold
I went to study some lines today. She said, I'll see you later. I'm going to Finger Lakes. I said, to see Phil.
Any thoughts on working with Frank LaLoggia?
Frank LaLoggia, he's a sweetheart. He really is. He's a sweetheart. Wonderful, just a tremendous, wonderful, great experience. And this is all happening right here in Rochester. And are you people at Rochester? Are you all Rochester? Beautiful city. I'm enjoying it very much. I've been around all the museums, lovely museums. This is part of the tour when you go on that museum ride, you know. This is part of the tour they show you, the Eastman House. And by the way, the theater in there is beautiful. Yeah. Beautiful theater. It reminds me of the MGM, you know, the big motion picture studio. It's now Lorimar. It's not MGM anymore. And they have a screening room there where they showed One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. You all remember me from One Flew? Well, they showed One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest at this screening room at MGM. And this screening room over here at the Eastman House looks just like the theater at MGM. Exactly.
Susan may be in the bathroom. We also have the actress, very talented young actress who played Melissa, Joelle Jacoby. Joelle. My dear friend and another very talented actress, the lady in white herself, Karen Powell. Karen. We also have someone who's also become a very dear friend in the process of making this picture. One who's been tremendously supportive, a very fine actor, I respect him tremendously. The actor who portrayed Angelo, and that's Alex Rocco. Alex. And we have the star of the show, but don't let him know that. You know? In my opinion, one of the greatest young actors ever to roll around as regards film, and that's Lukas Haas, who played Frank. Hold on a second. Lukas had to remind me that we also have someone else here who's very important to the cast, and that's Emily Tracy, Lucas's real mom in real life, who played his mom in the film. Emily, please stand up, take it back. course, the one person, the most important person of all, without whom none of this could have happened, and that's my cousin Charlie. We are having a little celebration. All of you are invited to Mr. Dominic's and Earl's, which is on East Main Street. I believe Charlie has the address, and we're going over there right after this. So please come by, have a drink with us, maybe a little something to eat. We'd love to have you there, and I hope you enjoyed yourself.
What'd you think of the film?
I thought it was great.
Were you scared?
Well, it kept you on the edge of your seat.
What's your reaction to the film? What did you think of it?
Yes, it was really good.
Were you scared?
Yes.
Was it better than you were expecting?
Yes, it was. It really was.
Thank you. May I ask what you thought of the film?
Oh, I thought it was tremendous.
You like it? Were you frightened?
Yes.
Was it better than you were expecting?
Yeah. Yeah, it really was.
May I ask what you thought of the film?
Oh, I thought it was great. Yes.
Were you frightened?
Yeah, it had me at the edge of my seat.
All right, what did you think?
Oh, it was wonderful. Just fantastic. I'm thrilled for Frank. I really am. He deserved it. Good going, buddy.
Excuse me. May I ask what you thought of the film?
I thought it was very good.
Did you enjoy it?
Yes.
Was it frightening, suspenseful for you?
Yeah, it was pretty. There was parts of it that was frightening.
Oh, it was dynamite. Absolutely beautiful. Enjoyed it immensely, without a doubt. Yeah.
I liked it. Yeah, I did. I really did.
Yes.
What's your reaction? Were you frightened?
Toward the end I was, yeah. It really got scary toward the end.
How do you feel tonight?
I feel terrific. Yeah, Rochester's great, and it was a very moving crowd. It was a very honest reaction. And it's my second time of seeing Lady in White. And I'm proud of the film, and I'm proud of myself in it.
You had some very strong words for it this morning at the meeting. I take it that you were very involved personally with the people in the project and in the film itself, that you feel very good about it.
Yeah, when I first met Frank LaLoggia, he didn't want me for the part. And I wanted the role so badly that I pursued it and just went after it. And it was a relationship. It was like a marriage in heaven. And I'm so glad it worked out.
Did you ever consider it to be a relative risk, considering it's a fairly new director and this was an independent project?
Not really. When I read the script, and I knew that he wrote the script, I said anybody who could write such a beautiful screenplay like Lady in White had to know how to direct, compose. I mean, I had no doubts. And I knew the first day on the set, the man knew what he was doing. He just has that gift.
So you're very optimistic about the future of the film?
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. I think it's going to be a blockbuster. And I'm very proud to be part of it. Lady in White, watch out. This winter in the theaters. Big hit. I'm glad. I'm also glad that, I usually kill people, my career in the past, from Mo Green, The Godfather, and everything. And I had an opportunity to play a sensitive role. So I think it's a whole new career ballgame for Alex Rocco, So I'm happy.
What I thought of it in the first time I saw it, I thought it was scary and fantasy, but this time I really looked into it, and it didn't quite seem like that. So I really don't feel much different like any other film, really. But it seems like a real rich movie. I liked it a lot.
How did you like working with Frank LaLoggia?
It was fun. Sometimes he could get a little mad, but otherwise it was really fun. Yeah, he's a good director.
Very, very well. Those were the people that put up the money for the picture and made it possible, and they loved it, and I'm very proud and very happy.
You probably could have been a little more extravagant with the first real showing of this film. What made you decide to do it here and for the stockholders?
Because without the stockholders, it wouldn't be possible. I mean, you can't forget how it all starts. When you do something of this magnitude, it all starts with the people that have the faith to invest the money. Because when we went to them to invest in this company, we had nothing more than an idea. and really they had no way of knowing whether we could pull it off, whether it would be a quality film. They had no idea how it would turn out. They just had faith in us, and I just want to, you know, repay that. They deserve to see it first because they're the ones that made it possible. So we'll have screenings all weekend. I think we have about 8 or 9 screenings to accommodate about 4,000 people, 4,000 investors that are going to see it over the next 2 days.
You're going to sit through them all?
No, I didn't even sit through this one. I could recite the movie by heart.
How did you feel tonight? How'd you like the reaction?
I felt great. I thought everybody really responded very well to the picture. I like the movie a lot. It's really comforting to know that the audience is responding to.
How does it feel after all this time? I mean, there's a lot of anxiety built up. How do you feel now that a large group of people has seen it?
Big sigh of relief. We had a screening in Los Angeles a few weeks ago at the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences, and that was much more of a Hollywood crowd. They responded tremendously well, but I didn't really consider that to be a response that I could judge to be kind of just a typical response to the picture because of the crowd. Everybody's super critical and they're all industry related. But this was wonderful because these are the grassroots people. These are the people that are going to be going out and paying their money to see the movie all over the country, and they responded so well. I was really very happy.
It was the hottest ticket in town. The line to see The Lady in White formed more than an hour before its Lyons premiere. Dick Lander made sure he was first in line to witness hometown history in the making.
It's quite a thing for Lyons, I think.
How so? Why?
Well, ain't too many movies I don't think made in Lyons.
It was a one-time only chance to see Lyons larger than life on the silver screen. But this was also the debut of hundreds of village extras like Kendra Shalley, who even wore Hollywood-type sunglasses to the premiere.
Well, it's very exciting.
2 viewings of the movie were planned to meet the demands for tickets. In fact, the Omen Theater, which is normally closed for the winter, reopened to accommodate the sellout crowd.
I've been in village politics 13 years and 3 years as mayor. 16 years, and I don't think I've ever saw anything as hectic as this and enjoyment it's brought to the village.
The movie is a ghost story and murder mystery all in one.
Guys?
It is loosely based on a tale from director Frank LaLoggia's childhood. You'll see a lot of Lyons Courthouse Square in it. LaLoggia said it was perfect for the film.
I needed a town that was typically small town America, but what really grabbed me was the town square and the courthouse because I had a scene that I'd scripted and I needed a location. I needed the courthouse.
LaLoggia has just signed a deal to distribute the movie nationwide.
Oh, I just thought it was a very, very good movie. Just kept you in suspense all the while.
It looks good. It's got some good surprises in it. I think everybody was on the edge of their seat there towards the end.
You know, the picture came out right the way they wanted it made. So I enjoyed making it, and so did the people in town.
You might ask, is it the haunting storyline of a boy and the ghost of a little girl, or was it something more personal?
Our granddaughter is in it somewhere. I think perhaps I might have seen her walking in front of the school today. I think in the early part of the movie, but we aren't sure.
The man behind the movie, Frank LaLoggia, says he chose the Wayne County town because of its idealism, and he says for another special reason.
Then we got here and the people were so wonderfully embracing that it became obvious to me that this was the place to be.
Almost 1,000 townspeople were in the movie, so when the 900 tickets went on sale 9 days ago, the premiere was sold out within hours. All $2,500 collected tonight will go to the Lyons Community Center.
Does it give you a sense of pride about where you're from, or?
Yeah, because knowing everything that happened in Lyons.
The town's mayor says this is the biggest thing to happen to Lyons during the past 30 years.
Just tremendous to see our courthouse and our village park and the Lutheran church and everything in the surrounding area that we are all familiar with sit here this afternoon and see it.
It's 1962. It's Halloween.
I wish I was as weird as you. Thanks.
There's nothing wrong with the town of Willow Point Falls that a powerful imagination can't cure.
The London Bridge crumpled under the monster's huge lizard feet. That's impossible. Or is it?
But this time, it's not make-believe.
No, don't hurt him. It was too dark. I couldn't see his face.
This time it's serious, deadly serious.
I'm telling you, that doesn't matter. This case has been making monkeys out of all of us for the past 10 years.
And strange, very strange. For you have seen a girl.
There was a little girl. I saw her. She was killed in the cloakroom.
A girl who wants you to find her killer.
Will you help me?
You have just one hope to solve the mystery.
Sometimes when someone dies violent, they can't rest in peace.
To stop the evil.
Where are you going? I gotta follow her.
To save your life.
Come here, child.
Open the door. Say your prayers. Lady in White.
A loss of innocence.
10 years ago, she was killed in the cloakroom. I saw it happen.
A world of danger. An adventure into the heart and into the mystery of the Lady in White. Rated PG-13. It's Halloween Eve in Willow Point Falls. Tonight, Frankie Scarlatti will witness a murder that happened 10 years ago.
There was a little girl. I saw her. She was killed in the cloakroom.
Where's their proof? Tonight, he will uncover the mystery of the Lady in White. Rated PG-13.
Destined to be a classic, Lady in White is the best of the season. Joyce Hauser, WNBC Radio. The most stylish thriller in a long time, wonderfully directed and acted. Jeffrey Lyons, sneak previews. No lover of mystery or suspense should miss Lady in White. Stu Levin, Entertainment Report. An emotional roller coaster that builds to an exciting and frightening conclusion. Jack Garner, Gannett Newspapers. Lady in White, rated PG-13.
The year is 1962. The place is Willow Point Falls. Nobody talks about what happened in the school cloakroom 10 years ago. Now, in the dead of night, Frankie Scarlatti is going to find out why. Lady in White from New Century Vista, rated PG-13, may be inappropriate for children under 13.
When was the last time you treated yourself to a real good ghost story? Roger Ebert called Lady in White one of the best ghost stories to come along. Joyce Hauser, WNBC, says it's destined to be a classic, the best of the season.
There was a little girl. I saw her. She was killed in the cloakroom.
Lady in White, a real good ghost story. Rated PG-13, may be inappropriate for children under 13.
Definitely the movie to see. There wasn't a gross part in it. It was just all scary.
It got you at the most unexpected moments.
A very terrifying, fun movie.
The kids sitting next to us were going crazy.
We had to go under our jackets because we were screaming so much.
It's what movies should be.
You have just heard what people are saying about Lady in White. Check Friday's newspaper ad to see what the critics are saying. Lady in White from New Century Vista. Rated PG-13. May be inappropriate for children under 13.
It was a chilling film
It was excellent. I loved it.
A very terrifying, fun movie.
It just took you away. It was real.
You think that everything is like coming to an end and then it just starts right back up again.
Absolutely incredible.
I'd go see it again.
You have just heard what people are saying about Lady in White. And Roger Ebert says thumbs up, a classic ghost story. Lady in White from New Century Vista, rated PG-13, may be inappropriate for children under 13.